Shivaya Valga, Nathan Talvalga, Imepoludum Nam Ninjil Ningadan Talvalga. Good morning to our teacher, Mr.M.Tharma, and fellow friends. I hope all of you are doing well. Okay, today is our last class for our science lesson. Okay, this is our 8th lesson, and today's lesson will be very important because we are going to revise our important topics and also important questions from Science Standard 6. So merely today's class will be a revision seminar for all of you. Mr.M.Tharma has prepared some questions and I've posted the questions earlier to you. I hope all of you have printed the worksheets and try to answer the questions. Okay, some of you, Shashina is showing a worksheet. Okay, without a further ado, let's welcome our teacher, Mr.M.Tharma, to conduct our lesson today.
Hi, Vanakkam, and very good morning to all of you. All right, and happy holiday. All right, so how are y'all? Good. So you cannot talk, you just say good. All right, good. So hopefully, okay, I hope everyone is okay, in a good health. All right, and for year 6 students, all right, most probably most of the topics in the school, okay, have been revised, taught by your teacher, and maybe currently you're doing some revision. All right, I'm not going to discuss any specific topic today. All right, I'm going to discuss more on answering the question paper 2. Okay, questions in the paper 2, and at the same time, I'm going to revise some of the topics. All right, so I cannot go topic by topic. We cannot finish all the topics. So I'm going to do like a recap of some of the topics that we can see in year 6 syllabus. And at the same time, what are the knowledge and what are the skills that we want to bring to the secondary school? All right. So those who have printed the copy, you can see and you can write. If you have already done the questions, you can check your answer. And those who couldn't print, so what you can do, you can just refer to my screen. No problem. All right. Shall we start? All right, so this is the question that I posted. Okay, so it consists of one full paper 2. Okay, if you must know that according to the UPSR's format, the paper 2 of science paper will consist of 8 questions. All right, so I have given you 8 questions from 8 topics. All right, so while we discuss the question, we also will revise back the topics. All right, look at the first question. Okay, the first question, okay, undoubtedly, this is about microorganism. Okay, firstly, can you see that first picture? Have you seen that before? Okay, some of you say no. All right, okay, this is called a Chlamydomonas. All right, for primary level, you maybe have not seen it or maybe not studied about it. But when you go to secondary level, you will learn the specific species of these microorganisms. Okay, the first one is called Chlamydomonas. Okay, let me talk about this. You have never seen this species or this microorganism in your book. So how we can answer this? All right, so if you don't know the first picture, go to the second picture first. All right, go to the second picture. Okay, if you look at the second picture, okay, it has a very simple shape. So you must know that any microorganism that has a very simple shape should be a bacteria. All right, bacteria has a very simple shape. How they look like? They look like a pill. They look like a rod. They just be like a circle, all right, or round. Okay, maybe it's spiral, okay, like the mosquito coil. So anything that you see that is very, very simple in its shape is called bacteria. Got it? Okay, I'm sure you have known about virus. Viruses are very complicated. It's very hard to draw. Even if you want to draw, all right, I'm sure you have drawn some viruses, especially COVID-19 in the posters in the schools. So it's quite hard to draw because the structure itself is very complicated. So it couldn't be a virus. Okay. The first one, It's called Chlamydomonas. Is actually a type of algae. Okay. Now another specification. Okay, to identify whether it's an algae. Okay, can you see the like a white color thing there? A small area. Let me show. Can you see that area? All right, a white space, right? Okay, it's actually more like a water bottle. All right. Okay, what is the function? To keep water. Understand? To keep water. Okay, that place is called vacuole. Okay, this vacuole is actually to keep water. So anything that have a space to keep water must be a plant. You will learn this in Form 1. Okay, this is called vacuole. Okay, it is a space to keep water. So if it's a place to keep water and it should be a plant, definitely it should be an algae. All right, because algae is a type of plant, although it's a microorganism, it's a type of plant because they can carry out photosynthesis. For that, they need water and they need to keep the water in this vacuole. All right, a space called vacuole in the cell. Got it? Okay, so this is the first answer. Okay, look at number 2. See what the question is asking. Microorganisms are classified as living things. State 2 reasons. All right, so we see that microorganism is a tiny living things. Am I right? That's what we have learned. How we can prove that microorganism is a living thing? We cannot say that the book stated like that. Of course, the book stated the microorganism is a living thing, but how you can prove the microorganism is a living thing? All right, so you must know that any living thing, all right, any living thing, they must carry out life processes. For example, we are a living thing. Why? Because I can breathe. All right, I can eat, I can drink, I can grow. All right, I can move. So when we talk about living thing, they should able to do some life processes. All right, so what are the life processes? Okay, carried out by microorganism. They are 3. All right, microorganism can breathe, microorganism can move, microorganism can grow or reproduce. They are only asking for 2. So I have given you 3, you answer 2. All right, for example, microorganisms breathe. Or you can say microorganisms grow. All right, or move. So when they talk about, all right, how you can prove, okay, that microorganism is a living thing, okay, you state what are the living process carried out by the microorganism. Am I clear? All right, good. Okay, next one, question number 2. Question number 2, we are going into the next topic, which is constellation. All right, okay, we have know that, okay, what is constellation, but people have a wrong conception about constellation. They think constellation is the name of the stars. It's not the name of the stars. It's not the name of the stars. It's not the name of the groups of stars. It's actually the name of the shape. For example, we are talking about triangle, rectangle, square. All right. So the constellation is actually the name of the shape formed by a group of stars. All right. Look at the first question. They ask, what is meant by constellation? All right. So what is meant by a constellation? Okay, it is a group. A group of stars. If I answer like this, is it correct? Correct or no? When I write a group of stars, is it correct? It's incomplete. No, you'll get 0 mark. Because when I say a group of stars, it means a group of stars, we name them a constellation. No. If I said earlier, as I said earlier, constellation is actually the name we give to the shape, to the certain pattern, to the bentuk dia. Okay, the constellation name is for the bentuk, to the shape or the pattern. All right. So you have to write a group of stars that form certain pattern. This must be there. The name pattern must be there because the name of the constellation is actually for the pattern, not for the stars. All right. So a group of stars that form certain patterns where? In the sky. Got it? Okay, very good. Okay, look at the next question. Okay, the next question asks you, what's the name of this constellation? Okay, look at this guy. He looked like a hunter, right? Okay, so what we call the aura, okay, or the constellation that looks like a hunter. All right, so very good. I got a answer from Dania, Yashwil, and Jividan. Thank you. The answer is Orion. Okay, some people call it Orion, some people call it Orion, no, because both, okay, pronunciation is accepted. All right, we can call it Orion or Orion. Okay, how you want to find Orion? Okay, Orion we can find during Christmas. All right, during Christmas. Okay, when is Christmas? December. So from December onwards, it means from Christmas onwards, you can see the hunter. If you look at the hunter, all right, if you look at Malaysia, Malaysia is at the equatorial line, right? You know what's equatorial line? All right, if you look at the Earth, can be divided into, okay, upper hemisphere and lower hemisphere. We are at the center of the Earth. That's called equatorial line. So the Orion is actually situated above equatorial line. Okay, so it is very, very easily visible from Malaysia. I have seen many times. All right, Orion from Malaysia. All right, so you can see that from December until March. Okay, and next question. What is the function of this constellation? Does it show south or the north? All right. The answer is Orion always shows to the north. Okay, please correct. Some of you answered south. South is for the Southern Cross. Okay, Southern Cross. Okay, the only, okay, see, there are 88 constellations in the world. Okay, there are 88 constellations identified by the International Astronomical Union. Okay, what is that? It is actually a union. All right, it's like a company. It's like a union, like an agency where the rest of the world are the members. All right, even the Malaysian Astronomical, all right, is also the member of the International Astronomical Union. It's based in America. They are the one, all right, who determine whether the constellation can be accepted. So there are 88 constellations now, okay, identified by the IAU. But you only need to learn 4 constellations for your primary level. All right. So from the 4, we can group into 2 groups, mainly 2 groups. Okay. One is Orion and Big Dipper. Why I put them into one group? Because both Orion and Big Dipper always show north. Got it? Okay. Secondly, the Southern Cross and Scorpio. Southern Cross and Scorpio, why I put them into one group? Because both of them can be seen at the southern hemisphere of the Earth. It means the northern people cannot see. The southern hemisphere people can see the Big Dipper and also the Scorpio. But between the two, only the Southern Cross can show to the south. So does the Scorpio show any direction? No. Scorpio don't okay, show any direction. So what they show? They will show or they will determine the harvesting season. You know what is harvesting, right? When you plant something, you want to get the fruits or something like that. So that's called harvesting. So the Scorpio, okay, will determine the harvesting season for those who are living at the southern hemisphere. Got it? All right. So if you want, you can study more through your books. Okay. So come back to our question. Orion always show to the north. Am I clear? All right. Next one. Question number 3. Okay. Question number 3. All right. This is a year 5. Okay. Year 6 topic also, right? All right. Sorry, this is year 5. Year 5 and year 6, they combine. The A is a year 5 question. B is a year 6 question. All right. Sunflower is a producer or consumer? So we know that any plants will be a producer. Why they are producer? Because they produce food. They can carry out photosynthesis and they produce food. So they call them as a producer. Okay, consumer must be animal or a human. Got it? Here. All right, next one. Look at the interaction. Okay, what interaction we can see between the butterfly and the sunflower? All right, look at the picture carefully. If you look at the butterfly is taking the nectar from the flower. So does the butterfly get the benefit? They get the food, right? They get the nectar, all right? They get the glucose. So definitely butterfly gains or they get the benefit. How about the flower? Do the sunflower get any benefit out of this? Yes or no? All right. Okay, very good. Some say no, some say yes. Okay. In interaction, there are 3 types of interaction. Am I right, class? How many interactions are there altogether? Okay, very good. Most of you put 3, which is the wrong answer. There are 5 interaction. There are 5 interactions. How many interaction, class? 5 interaction. Let me show you how you divide the interaction. All right, can you see my whiteboard? Okay, look at this. Okay, interaction. This is the year 6 topic. You have learned maybe in February or March. In interaction, we can divide into 2 sections first. All right? 2 sections first, which is competition. All right? And one more we call symbiosis. All right? Competition, what they do? They fight. All right? They fight. What is symbiosis? In Malay, we call kerjasama. All right? It means they help each other. Okay. In competition, we can divide, all right, this competition into 2 more groups. We call that intraspecies competition, intraspecies, and interspecies. All right, interspecies competition. For example, all right, the best student in the class, they will select how many people? The number 1 in the class. Only 1, right? All right, only now the number 1 student in the class. Okay, they choose the 1%. That 1% is actually compete with another 30 or 40 people. Am I right? All right. So all of between you and your friend, all right, is the same species or a different species? All of us are human, right? Same species. So if it's the same species, that competition, even to between the humans to get the number one place is called interspecies. All right, it's called intraspecies. All right, the number one, I'm here now. All right, intraspecies. What is intraspecies? The competition between same species. All right, between same species. Got it? All right, it can be even for the food. For example, when you are in the school, all right, do you miss your canteen food? All right, when the school bell rings for the break time, what people will do? They'll run to the canteen. Why? They scared the nasi lemak will finish. So they will rush to the canteen because their favorite food is always nasi lemak, right? And it always finishes. All right. Okay. From my time. Okay. So now what they are competing now for the food, right? For the nasi lemak. All right. You and your friends are competing for the nasi lemak. So what competition is that? We call it intra-species competition. It's the same species. Got it? Okay. Now, if there's a competition between interspecies. Interspecies, you remember about international. What is called international competition? For example, like a World Cup. For example, like an Olympic. Okay. What is Olympic? It's an international competition. So, when you call international, there are many countries involved. So, when you think about interspecies, it is different species. Got it? Like many countries, different countries is called different species. Different species. All right. Now come back to symbiosis. All right. In symbiosis, they can be divided into three. Divided into three. We call it mutualism. Mutualism. Commensalism and parasitism. All right, commensalism, mutualism, and parasitism. Okay, for mutualism, when they have the interaction, both party gets the benefit. So I put plus plus. I put plus plus there. Both party gets the benefit. Okay. Commensalism, one person or one party gets the benefit, another person no gain or no lose. So I put 0 there. All right, no effect. Okay, what I mean no effect? They don't gain anything and they don't lose anything. So I put a 0 there. Got it? Okay. Where for the parasitism, one gains and one loses. Okay, now for this, come back to our butterfly and the sunflower story. All right, the butterfly gains the nectar. So mereka untung, right? They gain untung. How about the flower or the plant? Do they lose? All right, Diraj Ilangowan say is a mutual. Shiriyani say commensalism. Okay, Dania say lose. I don't know who lose there, Dania. All right. Navina, no effect. Okay, Dania, okay, change to parasitism. All right. Okay, let me explain to you. It is actually mutualism. Both get the benefit. I tell you how. Definitely the butterfly gets the benefit. But do you know what means by pollination? Pollination. Okay, do you know that in flowers, there are male flowers and female flowers? All right. If the flowers or the plants want to produce seeds, the seeds will grow into new plants, right? So the pollen is, okay, we call the male cell. All right. So the pollen from the male flower must go to the female flower. They cannot fly, they cannot walk. Who going to bring? The insects that came to get the nectar brings the pollen, all right, from the male flower bunga jantan, to the female flower. So they help the flower to transform the pollen. That is called pollination. All right. So when the pollination happens, the plants can produce the seed. With the seed, they can grow. It can grow into a new plant. All right. So do the flowers get the benefit? Yes, because the butterfly helps in pollination, and the butterfly also get the benefit by getting the nectar or the food from the flower. Is it clear, class? All right. So in here, when both parties get the benefit, we call that mutualism. Okay, any questions on this? So it's a mutualism, huh? Okay, you will learn in further when you go to Form 1. Okay, in Form 1, there is a topic called reproduction. So you will learn about reproduction of human, and also you will also learn the reproduction of the plants. So in that topic, you will learn further about this pollination method. Okay, next one. Question C. There are other organisms that interact as in diagram 3. All right. So you must find another interaction, okay, of mutualism in here. Is it mistletoe plants and mango plants, or buffalo and the oakpecker? Okay, very good. Thank you, Navina. Buffalo and oakpecker. Both get the benefit. Then the oakpecker, okay, will always sit on the buffalo and they will eat the insects. So the oakpecker will get the food, and the buffalo, they will get the safety, or they will be cleaner because they already taken the insect out from the body of the buffalo. So the body will be cleaner. If not, the insects can hurt the buffalo and cause some disease to the buffalo. Okay, if you look at the mistletoe plants and mango plants, it is actually a parasitism. Okay, you must know about the mistletoe plant. Mistletoe plants, they are actually a plant, and they also carry photosynthesis, but not enough. So what they do, when they're not enough, they steal. They also carry out photosynthesis. They also get some food, all right, from, or the nutrition from the mango plants. All right. So when they get the nutrition from the mango plants loses. So this, okay, this process we call as parasitism. All right, clear? So we are moving into the next question. Question D. All right, after a while, a bee comes to suck honey from the same flower. Okay, so what happens here? The bee and also the butterfly want to get the same basic needs. So they compete. So when they compete, what types of competition? Bee and the butterfly, are they same species or different species? Different species, right? So what we call the competition? Interspecies competition. So that is the name of the interaction. Okay, we call that interspecies competition. Okay, next one. Question number 4. Okay, question number 4. All right, it is about waste management topic, where they do a small experiment where they'll get a banana leaf and a plastic wrap. So what they do, they bury them inside a pot. All right, inside a pot with a soil. All right, mereka tanam dengan tanah. So they bury with the soil. Then after, okay, what they do, every week, okay, after 1 week, okay, they take out that and they measure the weight. They want to see whether there is any difference in the weight or any difference in the size of the banana leaf and also the plastic wrap. Okay, this is the data collected or the result of the experiment. Okay, if you look at that, they have started in week 0, then they look at the size of both materials on the first week, second week, and third week. Okay, now they have banana leaf and plastic wrap. Okay, what happened to the banana leaf? First, it was 100%, then become 90%, 80%, 70%. So what is happening to the banana leaf? It's shrinking, right? It's getting smaller because we are talking about the size here. Can you see? They're talking about the size. So the size is getting less. Why is the size getting less? Why the size is getting less? Because the banana leaf can decompose or decay, boleh reput, right? They can decompose. All right, you know what by decomposing, right? All right, very good. So the banana leaf can decompose, so they are shrinking. But the plastic wrap, they cannot decompose. So we call that non-biodegradable materials. All right, so we cannot say any changes happen to them. All right, so now first of all, this is what I want to teach you. In primary school, they don't really emphasize this question. Can you underline the word operational definition? Underline this word, operational definition. Okay, what is operational definition? All right, this is one of the 12 science process skills you have learned. But what I have observed from many students and other teachers, not many schools are actually focusing on this. All right, because every year, all right, very rare this question will come out in UPSI. Even if they ask, they will ask only in paper 2, and also they can ask only one question. That is most. Okay, and most of the time they won't ask this question, so they have been skipped. All right, this part is already skipped in many schools. But when you go to secondary school, all right, it is no more a rare question. It has become a common question. So you have to learn how to answer the operational definition. Okay, what means by definition? What is the meaning of definition? Meaning of the definition is meaning. It means what? They are asking for the meaning of the word. All right, maksud. They are asking for the what means by biodegradable material. Okay, if I ask you a question, all right, okay, in Malay we call maksud. Okay, thank you, Vishwa. All right. If you ask about what is the definition of biodegradable material, what you will say? Biodegradable materials are the material which can decompose. Am I right? Finish, right? Okay, benda yang boleh reput, the material which can decompose naturally. Okay, that is the definition of biodegradable materials. But the question is asking operational definition. So when they are talking about operational definition, there should be an operation. It means you should do something, an experiment. All right, it should be on experiment, and that experiment should give the meaning to that word biodegradable materials. Okay, let me teach you how to answer this. Okay, they are asking the meaning of what? They are asking the meaning, operational definition of biodegradable material. Am I right? So what you do? You underline this word. This is our work now. We want to find the operational definition for this word. So how you want to answer? Okay, you start with that first. Biodegradable materials. Okay, biodegradable material. We use is or are here. We use is or are here. Very simple. Look at this. Materials, plural or singular? Plural, right? Okay, simple. So, biodegradable materials are, okay, don't write first, huh? Are, okay, what is the type of D? Okay, they're asking about biodegradable. Okay, biodegradable materials, right? So you write back, biodegradable materials are materials, all right, materials that, okay, biodegradable materials are materials that, okay, normally we write what? D can be decomposed, right? We cannot write decompose. Okay, what we write here, we write responding, sorry, we write the pattern, don't write first, huh? We write the pattern, then we write the responding variable. This is the way to answer. Let me teach you again, huh? The question is asking about the operational definition of biodegradable materials. Am I right? So you start with this first. Biodegradable materials are materials that, then you find the pattern and you find what is the responding variable. This is the way to answer operational definition. Okay, now look at the pattern. Okay, what will happen to the pattern? When they decompose, what happens? The size decreases or increases? The pattern decreases, right? The biodegradable, they'll become smaller, right? So when they become smaller, we use the word decreases. So the pattern will be decreases. Okay, decreases. Got it? Okay, what is responding variable here? The size of the material, right? Can you see here? They have given you. All right, see here. They have given you in the instruction. Diagram for show two types of mixed material buried in the soil of two different container. The materials were excavated every week and their sizes are recorded. The word recorded there is called responding variable. So the responding here variable of this here will be decreases, material that decreases in what? Size. Correct? They change in what? They change in size. So this will be the answer. Okay, I give you other examples so that, okay, you can know how to use this, how to, okay, answer this this operational definition. Okay, let's see. Let's say I give you, this is year. Okay, year 2000. All right. Then we have year 2005. Then we have year, okay, 2010. Okay, 3 years. Okay, in each year, okay, I give you the number of cars, all right, a number of cars in Malaysia. Okay, so let's say I say in year 2000 there are 10 million. Okay, 10 million cars. All right, in 2005, maybe 13 million cars. Right, 13 million cars. In 2010, maybe 15 million cars. I just give you an example. It's not true. Okay, so now this is, all right. Okay, this is the number of year. This is the year. This is number of cars. Number of cars in Malaysia. Okay, you get a result like this. But the question asks you, state, okay, an operational definition, all right, of cars development in Malaysia. Okay, now follow what I teach you, how to answer this question. Okay. What they asking? They asking for operational definition. They asking for the meaning, right? They asking for the meaning through operational. So the operational must have responding variable. Now, what is the responding variable here? Number of cars in Malaysia. Am I right? All right. Now, what is the pattern involved here? 10 million become 13 million, then become 15 million. What is the pattern? Increase or decrease? Increases, right? Okay, so now we start. Okay, how you should answer an operational definition? You start with the asking the operational definition of cars development in Malaysia. So you just copy that. Cars development of Malaysia is what? What is the pattern here? Increases, right? Increases of number of cars in Malaysia. So you'll get cars development in Malaysia is increases of number of cars in Malaysia. That's all. So you just write what they want to know. They want to know the car development in Malaysia. You just write back. You just write is or are. Then you write the pattern. Then you write the responding variable. That's all. All right, clear, class? All right. So it's actually very simple. All right. Okay, next one. Let's move to the next question. Okay. For the investigation, state the following variables. Okay, what's the manipulated variable in this experiment? They use banana leaf and a plastic wrap. All right. So the manipulated variable will be type of material. Type of materials. Okay, how about responding variable? The responding variable will be what happened when they dig, okay, and take out the two material. They're going to look at the difference in the size. So you write size of the materials. All right. Okay, good. So far good. Okay, next one. Question C. Okay. Predict the size of banana leaf and plastic wrap on week 5. All right, on week 5. Okay, now here in the result, all right, they have given, all right, in terms of percentage, right? Week 0 means they only planted is still 100. Every week, the banana leaf shrink or decreases by 10%. Am I right? So, week 1, 90%. Week 2, 80%. Week 3, 70%. What happened to week 4? 60%. What happened to week 5? It will become 50%. Betul tak? Okay, it reduces 10%, all right, gradually. Okay, so the banana leaf will be 50%. What happened to the plastic wrap? They don't cheat. They don't change, right? All right, because they are non-biodegradable, they don't change. So they remain as 100%. So you write there, banana leaf. Don't write 50 only, must write 50%. You must give the unit, okay, they have given you in the table. Okay, the table given you the percentage, so you have to follow that. So the banana leaf will be 50%. The plastic wrap, 100%. You don't need to give in a full sentence. Okay, you just write like that. Okay, done? Clear? Okay, good. Okay, let's look at question D. Many of us dispose the non-biodegradable waste material by burning them in the ground. All right. For example, you take a plastic, tire, all right, aluminium tins. Okay, if you go to those were in the for example like a village where the garbage lorry is quite difficult to come. So what they do is just burn it. So is it a good action to do that? Can we actually burn plastics? No, right? So you tick the no there. All right. Why? When you burn, what will happen to them? You're actually polluting the environment. All right. Because the action can pollute the environment. All right, take down. You can say it can pollute the environment, or you also can say it's harmful for the environment, or it can harm the environment. All right, good. Okay, question 5. Question 5, we have seen this topic earlier. This is fourth topic. Okay, now question 5A. Question 1, okay, A1. Which of the following shows that force can change the shape of an object? Is it the buffalo, the balloon, or the ball? Which one can change the shape? Of course, the balloon. All right, so when you push, the shape of the balloon can change. All right, when you push a buffalo, all right, it doesn't change in shape. All right, maybe you can move a stationary object. The next one, question number 2. Okay, if you look at the ball, okay, if you take any ball, all right, and you leave it, straight from straight from here, you just leave it, it'll come to the same position, right? Okay, but if you throw the ball from the left, where it goes? It'll go to the right, and from the right, when you throw, it can go to the left. So what you need to do now, you just need to draw an arrow, all right, which goes to the opposite direction of the ball, just like that, and you get 1 mark. All right, it will bounce, so you show the direction of the ball. Okay, sounds simple. Okay, next page. Question B. Manan is having a problem to move a heavy box from one room to another. So now what you can use? Can you use a lever, rollers, or a rope? The easiest way is to use a roller. Okay. You can use a lever, just to lift the, let's say you want to put the box, you want to put the roller under the box. What do? You need to lift the box, right? Let's say the box is very heavy. How you want to lift it? You can use a lever to lift a bit to put the roller underneath the box. All right, but you cannot use a lever to move the box to another room. All right, then if you use a rope, okay, you are given in the rope. If you want to use a rope, you can use a rope to bring the box to a higher level. For example, you want to bring the box to from the first story or the ground floor to the first floor. Then you can use a rope to carry up, all right, or use a pulley. But to move to another room, the best way will be using a roller. Okay, Why we use a roller? When we use a roller, what happened? We actually reduces the frictions. Yeah, when we reduces the friction, it will be easier for us to move the objects around. Okay, next one, question C. Why slippers are called slipper? Slippers are called slipper because they're slippery. All right. So when it's slippery, can we use that to climb a coconut tree? No. If you go to the village, I've seen people in the village, when they want to climb a coconut tree, they don't wear anything. Okay, they'll climb with a barefoot. Yes, they don't use a slipper because slipper will be slippery. Okay, so a man uses the slipper to climb a coconut tree. Okay, that is soaked by rain. Can he climb the tree easily? The answer will be no. Okay, why? No, because the coconut tree which is soaked by rain will be slippery. So you cannot use a slipper. So you need a shoe, which has a more, maybe the flowers or more patterns, to increase the frictions. Oh, sorry. The answer here will be the reason. The reason will be down here, right? You give the reason here. So the first question, you just give the word, answer no. The first answer is no, you cannot use that. Okay, then the second answer, you give the reason, why you say no. Okay, done? Okay, moving to the next question. Okay, the next question, all right. Okay, this is about speed, all right. It's about force and also speed. They have combined two topics together, the force and also the speed. Okay, the question stated like this. Table 2 shows the result of an investigation on the time taken by a ball that rolled at certain distance. All right, what is the manipulated variable here? What is the manipulated variable? Can you give your answer in the chat box? They have given, here is push. Time taken is wrong answer. Time taken is not manipulated variable. Time taken will be the responding variable. That is what we want to know, the time taken by the ball. All right. The push. All right. Dania got the correct answer. The force that we push. All right. Or we can say the pushing force. The pushing force. Or you can say the force of push. I mean, you're pushing, right? You're pushing with a different force. So you can start, or you can write pushing force or force of push. All right. Okay. Not the type of force. Nilashini Marimutu, you write the type of force. Okay. The type of force, you must remember. Okay. There are two type of force, pushing and pulling. Are they using any pulling here? No, right? In all the three, there's only push only. So we cannot write type of force. Tak boleh guna. Alright? When they have push and pull, then we can write type of force. So here we write the force of push. Okay, daya tolakan. Okay. And now look at the first question. State two information obtained. Can you underline the word information obtained? Underline the word information obtained. What means by information obtained? Information obtained means the variable. Okay, class? Information obtained means variable. So what variable you can give here? Any variable. You can give manipulated variable, responding variable, or even a constant variable. Okay, so let's take two variables out from here. All right. So as you said earlier, what is the manipulated variable? The pushing force. So that will be one of the answer. The pushing force. All right. Secondly, you also can say time taken. But time taken by who or what? Time taken by the ball. All right. Time taken by the ball. Okay, that is a responding variable. I give you an additional answer. You also can state the constant variable. What is the constant variable in here? The distance traveled by the ball. So you also can say distance traveled by the ball. So I have given you three answers. All right. So you only have required to give only two, because they're giving 2 marks in here. So you can choose two from here, or if you want to write all 3 also can. But don't give additional answer in the exam, because what happened in the exam, if you want to give additional answer, you can give, but make sure all the answers are correct. Okay, if the additional answer is wrong, then the marks can be penalized. Okay, for the wrong answer given. Okay, next one. Question 2. Okay, if you look at this topic or this question, they actually combine 2 topics together, right? They started with the force, and look at the number 2 question. It's about speed. Okay, now how you calculate the speed? Speed is equivalent to distance over time. So what is the calculate the speed of the ball when pushed hard? When pushed hard, the distance traveled is the same, 6 meters. But the time taken will be 3 seconds when you push hard, according to the table here. All right, 3 seconds. So what we do here, we take the distance. Six meter divide by 3 seconds. Okay, 6 meter divide by 3 seconds. You take the distance, you divide by the time. So what do you get? You get 2 meters per second. All right. Okay. Easy, right? Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, the investigation is repeated. They do the same experiment, repeated by setting the time, predict the distance traveled by the ball if pushed harder. What happened? What happened to the distance when we push harder? Any object, when we push harder, the object will travel further, same or lesser distance. It will travel further, right? Okay. You take the first one, but we have to give the reason. All right, we have to give the reason. Okay, what happened? So you can write the reason. Object Object that is pushed harder. Object that is pushed harder, what happened to them? Will travel further. Or you can write, can travel more distance or travel further. Okay, we can give an explanation like this. So it will be a reason for the answer given in D1. Okay, next one. Number 7. Okay, number 7 is about food preservation. Okay, food preservation topic. The first question, okay, the question A, match the method of food preservation with the correct example of food. Okay, they have given preservation method, the smoking, all right, as a preservation method. What kind of food between the meat? Okay, they have the meat and also they have an egg. Can we preserve the egg while smoking it? No, right, because they have the shell. All right. So smoking, okay, we just smoke them with the smoke we produce. All right. So when we smoke the food will be drier. And so also you can change the the taste of it. Some people like the taste of the smoke in the meat. And also it will make the food even drier. So when the food is dry, less water, okay, it can last longer. So that is the reason for it. Okay, next one. Question B1. Okay, what is the food preservation method used here? Okay, this is the apple juice. So apple juice, we don't pickling, it's not canning, it's not canning, but it is pasteurization. So you must remember, the fruit juice and also milk can be pasteurized. Okay, how they pasteurize? They will heat slowly, and once they hit a high temperature, they will cool it immediately. They will cool it immediately. That is called the process of pasteurization. Okay, next one. Question C. Okay, question C. If you look both the smoked banana, all right, these smoked banana are packed before they are sold. So both are pasteurized, both are preserved using a same method. Okay, same method, same duration, but the banana B spoiled before banana A. Why? They were preserved at the same time. We look at the question here, the instruction. Diagram 7.2 shows the result of an investigation carried out by a group of pupils of 2 samples of smoked banana. So they use the same type of preservation. The packing is done manually. Manually means what? Is it done by the machine or human? Done by human, all right, by the factory workers. The date of the packaging of each food sample is the same, all right. It means what? They are done by the same. But why the smoked banana A is still good, but banana B is spoiled? Anyone? It's more on a thinking question. Why the same type of banana, the same type of method, why banana A can last longer compared to banana B? Okay, let's see. Okay, Tisha said one of the factory workers may forget to wash their hands. Possible? Maybe possible. Tanishkan K7 say because was smoked too much. No, when they smoke too much, it will become very dry, right? Okay, so if they're really dry, How they want to get the water? Okay, they say banana bee is water. Okay, now okay, come to this one. Banana bee gets water. Okay. Padma Priya say wrongly pour some chemicals. All right. Okay. The possible answer. All right. Of course, there's so many possible answer, but we have to refer back to the topic. All right, to the topic. Okay. You can even say the bananas are from a different plant. All right. But we have to refer back to what we have studied. Rashmika said they use the wax. No, wax cannot be used for the banana. And here they only use one preservation method, which is smoking. But what could happen? They said here, the packaging is done manually by factory workers, right? So there are few workers working together. Some of them can use their bare hand. Tangan, Some of them, for example, those who pack the banana A, they can use the glove. You know, when people who are selling the food, they always wear glove, right? So the banana B, the worker didn't wear the glove. Why we have to wear the glove? Because our hand is always moist. Why is always moist? Because our hand, when we do work, it sweat. When they sweat, the sweat can mix with the fruit with the food that we pack. So what we have to do? Always they were advised to wear the glove so that the sweat from our body is not in contact with the food. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, so here, based on diagram 7.2, state one suitable inference. All right. So you can say because, okay, the worker that packed the smoked banana B didn't wear gloves. All right, didn't wear gloves. Or you also can say the worker that packed the smoked banana A wear gloves. Or you also can say because the worker that packed the smoked banana B, all right, packed it with a bare hand. Okay, bare hand. Okay, now state one responding variable. What is responding variable? Both food will spoil one day. All right. So what is the responding variable here? What is the RV here? Both food will spoil one day. But what is the difference in them? The time taken, right? The time taken for the food to spoil. So you can write time taken by the smoked banana to spoil. Or you also can say spelling mistake with the smoked. Okay. You also can say durability. Okay, of the food. It means how long they can last long. Okay, done? Okay, now look at the relationship. This relationship, it looks easy, but we have to use the correct word here. Normally we use the more the MB, the more the RV, right? The more the MB, the more or less the RV. So in this situation, all right, is the way it is handled, whether they are wearing the glove or not wearing the glove. So we can say the better the way of packing the food, the better the way of packing the food, or better the way of handling the food. You can use either of the words. The better the way of packing the food or better the way of handling the food. What happened to the responding variable? The longer the food will last. The longer the food will last. It means they won't spoil easily when we handle it properly. Okay, that is the meaning. All right, clear? Okay, now next question. This is quite easy. So what can be done by the manufacturer so that the smoked bananas can last longer? So what they do? What they must ask the workers to do? Very good. Thank you, Dania. Wear gloves. Ask workers to wear gloves. Okay, ask workers to wear gloves when handling the food. Okay, thank you. So the last one, we go a bit fast. Give some time for you to write. Okay, done. Thank you. I'm moving to the last question, question number 8. Okay, if you look at the question number 8, okay, it's about simple machine, okay, which is the inclined plane. Okay, if you look at all the three methods, they use the inclined plane. But what is the difference in them? What's the difference in them? The manipulated variable will be the height of the inclined plane, the height of the inclined plane. So what we do, the first they ask you to draw a bar chart. So when you draw a bar chart, make sure the place, okay, is very important. Make sure you write your manipulated variable here. So the manipulated variable will be the height of the inclined plane. The height of the inclined plane. And the responding variable will be, what is the responding variable? Look at the instruction. Diagram 8 shows an investigation on the force needed to push. All right, so you can write here the force needed. So this is a responding variable. So make sure the responding variable and the manipulated variable, they are stated at the correct place. Okay, now, okay, they have given 3 heights, right? 2 centimeter, 2 books, 4 books, and 6 books, right? Okay, so what we have to do, you have to give the units. You give the units here. Okay, books, number of books. All right. Then here you write, okay, the 3 heights given, 2, 4, 6. Okay, then? Okay, now what happened? You have to draw the bar chart. So make sure they have like a the number 2, less forces because it's less steeper. Okay, number 4, more forces because okay, more steeper. And 6th one, even more forces needed. So you should have a bar graph like this. Okay, done? Okay. Okay, later you can draw. You just see the pattern of the bar graph. The question asks you, the investigation is repeated using different inclined planes. See, now in the first attempt, they only changed the height of the inclined plane. But the second, the experiment is continued by using totally a different plane. It means the plank that they use is a different plank now. Okay, they said that it is found that the force needed to move the 1 kilogram load at the height of 2 books is 3 times larger than the first investigation. What could possibly the problem here? Why when they change the inclined plane, it's getting tougher. The height is the same. Tinggi dia sama. Right? The height is the same. So the slopeness or the slope is the same. What could happen here when they change the inclined plane? Any idea? What kind of inclined plane they use? Why it become harder to push? Something to do with the surface, right? Remember the force, friction. So what type of surface they use? Is it a smooth or the rough? Rougher, right? So the platform used will be rougher. So you can write because the surface of the inclined plane is rougher. Okay, rougher. Or you can even use the word coarser. Rougher or coarser. All right, lebih kasar. Okay, that's the meaning, lebih kasar. Huh? Okay, next one. Beside the slopes of the inclined plane, state to another factor that influence the force needed to pull the load. Okay, this one we can say weight of the load. Weight of the load. The heavier it is, the harder, okay, or the more force we needed to push the load. And second one, the condition of the inclined plane. It means whether the inclined plane is smoother or rougher. So that's called the condition of the inclined plane. Okay, the last one. A pupil want to lift a load vertically upward. What is called vertically upward? It's like this, bringing up. Okay, it's called vertically up. It's like a lift. So what we can use, a pulley or a lever? All right, yes, the answer is pulley. All right, most of you give the correct answer. So what you do, you circle the pulley. Okay, circle the pulley. Okay, done, class? Okay, so thank you. We have discussed all the 8 questions. All right, so when we are discussing the questions, what is the most important? All right, it means these are some advice that I want to share with you, because after this, we are not going to meet again, right? This will be the last science class for us this year. All right, especially for those who are in the year 6. Okay. When you learn science, all right, next year also when you go, you'll be learning science in Form 1. Whenever you learn, most of the question now, okay, which is being asked, whether in a primary or secondary, will be to give a reason why you are studying that topic. So whenever you are learning with a teacher or reading any science book, ask yourself, all right, these two questions. Very important, these two questions. Why I am learning this? Okay, why I am learning this? For example, plants do photosynthesis, right? All right, we know that. Even those days, about a few million years ago, all right, about let's say about 1 million years ago, humans were living in a cave. They still eat plants, you know. They still eat plants, all right? And they never learn about photosynthesis, but they still eat. Why you are learning about photosynthesis? Plants do carry out photosynthesis. They produce food. So what? Even without learning about photosynthesis, people were still eating the food. Why you have to learn photosynthesis? Anyone who learns photosynthesis will know that plants need sunlight, all right, for the photosynthesis, right? Okay, there is a country in Norway. I just want to share. There's a town in Norway. Norway is a country where, in that country, it's called Rjukan. Okay, the name of the place is called Rjukan in Norway, where they only get the sunlight for the first 6 months of the year. It means for the next 6 months, all right, in a year, they don't get sunlight at all. At all. Tak ada matahari langsung. It means it will be dark only. How the plants there surviving? They cannot carry photosynthesis. If you think that, all right, definitely there'll be a plants there, right? They have a crops there, right? All right, and people there, they have invented a new light, a type of light. If you look at the sunlight, the light that needed for the photosynthesis, you know, the sunlight has the 7 colors, right? The rainbow colors. The light that actually helping in the photosynthesis is the blue light and the red light. All right. So if they can give the blue light or the red light to any plants, the plants can grow even without the sunlight. For example, like a UV light. All right. It'll be more expensive because sunlight you don't pay, right? It's free. But this UV light you have to pay. But in the country like that, all right, so they can use this UV light to grow their crops. If not, they have to starve. They cannot get any plant to eat. All right. So why we are learning this? Because when we learn this, we can invent. All right. We can use the technology even for the growth of the plants. So think about, okay, why I'm learning this topic. Okay. And second question, how I can use this principle to help the human. How the principle of science that I learned can improve my life or other human. All right. Because most of the question will be asking this. And in the future, all right, in the future, if you know how to use the technology and how to use the science principle, all right, you will get a better job, all right, compared to others who only have the knowledge and don't know how to use the knowledge. All right, thank you. All right, may God bless all of you. Thank you for joining for all the sessions. All right. I'll be missing you. Okay, take care and goodbye.
Thank you to Mr. Dharma for the amazing lesson today. I think the lesson will be very useful and fruitful for all the students. And once again, our special thanks to Mr. Dharma for conducting our class since January, for the time, for the preparation of the notes, and also for your support. And also your word of wise and advice to all our students will be always remembered. And our best wishes to all our students. There are 2 announcements to you. Number 1, let's say you want to revise the lesson today, or you want to ask your friends to view the lessons. The lessons is always available in SMC YouTube page. Okay, you can go to YouTube and look for Sri Murugan Center and subscribe to the page, and you can see our today's class and also our previous classes. You can always revise the lessons. And number 2, tomorrow we will be having our 6th Chakra Vyuha challenge. Okay, I will post the link at 7:30 p.m. in the WhatsApp groups, and you may start to answer the questions at 8:01 p.m. at night. Okay, only these 2 announcements to you, and we shall meet again next week for our English lesson. Okay, with that, thank you to Mr. Dharma and thank you to all our dear students. Take care, have a great weekend, and see you next week. Bye-bye.